listening to Acorns to Oaks. I'm Kristine Dixon, board-certified behavior analyst, board-certified advocate in special education. And along with me is the most phenomenal and perfect Sarah Moreau, board-certified behavior analyst and nurse practitioner.
That's right.
Sarah, today we're talking about the top 5 biggest complaints about being a behavior analyst.
Yeah, I don't know about you. I've had a week. Have you had a week?
We can really get on the complaint train at any time, but
Right? It's true.
very easy.
Easy thing to do.
Well, first off, if you are a behavior analyst, you are in the problem-solving business.
That's right.
So you have to understand that
You're going to have problems.
you've taken on problems to solve. That's
Yeah.
your role.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seems like a really good idea at first.
It still is a really good idea.
It still is a good idea. But yeah, there are definitely days when you look around and think, oh, that's a lot.
That's a lot. Or, wow, I was on planet temper tantrum for like 2 straight hours.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There can be, I think, the logistics of this type of treatment, it happens in the home. Well, at least in our practice.
Yeah.
And in the applied science, it really was supposed to be done in the client's natural environment.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of these clinics out there that are pop-ups, and but we do most things naturally in the home.
Mm-hmm.
So cancellations.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, last minute. Sometimes at the door.
Sometimes when you're driving, you're an hour into your drive to see a client, cancellation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that happens. And there's
Does.
very good reasons for that happening.
Yeah.
Um,
But cancellation,
That's
can
a
really get you
challenge.
down.
It can really, because then it throws off your whole day. And now what do you do with that time? How can you redirect that effort to someone else if possible?
And scheduling is a challenge. You have to be extraordinarily flexible. You have to be able to pivot. Oh,
Yes.
This is canceled. 2 minutes later, I'm jumping in to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got to learn to pivot on a dime if you're going to be successful.
Yeah. That was one of the hardest things for me to learn.
It was, yeah.
That was really hard.
And I think new BCBAs, that's one of the hardest things is like, how do you schedule all this?
Yeah.
Hopefully you have a scheduling team you're working with that, can give you alternatives.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's gotten better, I would say, with telehealth, because then I don't always have to have hours between clients in terms of driving to get there. Certainly, I prefer to be in person because you can actually see what's going on and really take everything in. But telehealth is a good option from time to time.
I think it's a good option for treatment. I think it's a horrible option for assessment.
Yes, agreed.
Maybe the first meet and greet, maybe background information, maybe the insurer's norm reference assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that telehealth. But to really do the analysis,
you need to be in the environment. You need to see all the variables.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I ask is like, can I have a tour of your home? I want to see the whole environment. And,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, telehealth does help in that if you have those options. But scheduling is tough.
Scheduling is tough.
Yeah.
And that's kind of true just in life as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with ABA, there's a lot of contingencies that the boards have put the responsibility on the behavior analysts, like the RBT hours, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you're in an ethical dilemma where you really want to see this client, it's a pivotal point in their treatment, but you have to go over here because you have to supervise this RBT under the ethical code for a certain percentage of their time per month.
I love
that contingency.
That could be very difficult as well. But I love how we have a team effort, So if I need to see a client, but we also have a therapist that needs to be supervised, I have someone else I can reach out to get that supervision covered and then also care for the client. I mean, I think
for the most part, we share cases, and that helps beat a lot of these contingencies, I think. And that way, you don't feel guilty when you have a bereavement or you're not feeling well or you need to, have a mental health day.
Yeah.
Then you know that someone else knows that case if there's an emergency or something that day. But scheduling, it's a challenge.
It's a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number second challenge, the insurance companies. I have to say it. They are horrific. I hate to say it. I mean,
well, their purpose is to not provide funding for services.
Yeah. And they have these clinicians that have never met the patient.
Yeah.
And they just are, dealing with them is,
And sometimes their peer reviewer isn't a behavior analyst. We were in a meeting recently. Someone typed in the chat that they had a peer review with a podiatrist.
about behaviors.
How does that work?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions about insurance, and it is definitely a challenge.
I think challenge number 3 for me is the do better challenge,
Yeah.
which has been trending over the past 5 years. Every conference we go to, and Sarah actually lost at the last conference because we've always been being like, do better. They always saying to us, do better, which is not in itself a bad.
No.
And I want to do better.
I want to do better.
But that's all we're told is do better, do more.
Yeah, it just comes across as very self-deprecating.
Yes, I do. I feel like there's a lot of self-deprecating behavior analysts. I mean, always telling us to do better. And, we do phenomenally. I'm really happy.
And they're striving all the time to improve.
Yeah.
But yeah, I that's interesting emotional component.
It is. It's like,
Yeah.
I remember we saw this great presentation by Dr. Pat Fryman, and he is just, he's a real rock and roller.
He really is.
He really is. And he's just saying, he came to Nurture Nature, and he was saying that he heard at the conference that there were bad behavior analysts. And he was like, no, behavior analysts are good. They are good people. And he went on to say, they're a superhero that, isn't never going to get a Hollywood movie made of them. And that, we dedicated few. And I think when he said that, I got chills.
Yeah, he's a magical speaker also.
Yeah.
Just really connects with his audience and
but
just an excellent person also.
The science works.
It does.
And it's been proven. And a lot of people do the right thing every day. And a lot of behavior analysts dedicate their livelihood and their vitality to helping other people. And that's a good and beautiful thing.
It is.
And, ABA is not just for autism. We've taught recovering stroke victims how to speak again. And we teach a variety of diagnoses and medical fragility and, design systems that work for people that might not have these systems that need it to be more
emergency management for addiction. There's a lot of applications of ABA beyond autism, which I hope we will explore more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the do better.
Oh, yeah. I
we're
think
self-deprecating field. It's like, maybe we need to start talking positively and use our own science on what we're saying about our science.
Right? I agree.
Like,
I think it's important to have pride in the things that you do well.
Yeah.
And also know that we're constantly striving to do better. But why can't it be both? I do this really well, and I'd like to improve in this area.
Yeah.
Instead of, I'm terrible.
Yeah.
I gotta do better. It's like maybe not the most productive way of improving our science and improving our work.
Yeah, I think we need to just say, like, science is dynamic. We're ever changing and ever evolving towards the best good, to the greatest good. So, yeah. What's another challenge being a behavior analyst?
I think sometimes
The party question.
the party question.
It happens the same way every time at a party.
Oh.
Someone's like, Sarah, what do you do?
Oh, yeah, that's an awfully long.
And you say,
I'm a behavior analyst and also a
the
nurse practitioner and a PhD student. And then they glaze over and walk away. Actually, I heard
so I hear they always say, are you analyzing my behavior right now?
Oh, yeah.
Like at every party, it's like, what do you do? I'm a behavior analyst. Are you analyzing my behavior right now? I always say, yes, I am.
I actually think, yeah, that's an interesting question. I don't know why we have such an emphasis socially on talking about our jobs, but we really do. I feel like maybe I should just make one up. Like I'm a dog herder. Oh,
Yeah.
that might be a more appropriate social.
Which the science of ABA has been applied to. In
It's
fact,
true.
we went to a workshop
That's right.
on dogs
On,
and ABA.
Yes, athletic dogs, competitive dogs, and rats in jars.
Yes. It can be used across a variety of sciences and fields and industries and healthcare, and it works. In so many ways, it really does work.
It really does.
Yeah. But it does have challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think treatment integrity. This is a term that behavior analysts use when we have the right treatment. We've proved functional control, meaning we've implemented treatment. We've seen maladaptive behaviors go up. Autonomy, self-expression, functional communication go up. We see maladaptive behaviors go down.
Yes.
Yes, but treatment integrity.
Yeah. I think one of the things that really affects that is when we have staff changes. And that happens frequently because we have a lot of people that are in school and are advancing and learning, and we love that and we want to support them. And sometimes we have to make changes because, hey, it's a new quarter and now I have a new schedule. And so sometimes getting everyone trained up immediately to keep that treatment integrity can be a challenge.
Yeah. And we have nanny changes, right?
Yep.
And mediators, right? Mediators are the people that are going to implement the treatment. So there might be changes.
Grandma comes to town. That changes things.
Yeah. Don't cry. Here's that new toy you've been wanting.
Right.
Don't cry, you. Wipe your eyes.
This is fine.
Grandma's here. Yeah. And that might not be the treatment plan, right? It might be like he's got to say, what he wants or, yeah. So, yeah, treatment integrity can be tough. Another challenge.
I mean, I think building new things, which is something I really love to do. Building new programs, new social skills groups, new outings groups, maybe a new adaptive skills group where we're working on life skills. All of these things are so much fun, and they can be really hard because you'll have scheduling issues, you'll have staffing issues. There's a lot of moving parts when you're building new things.
Yes.
And that can be really challenging.
Yeah. I love those challenges, though. I know there's hiccups and, anytime you're building something new, there's some pressure and, things come up and there's things to learn. But if you push past it and you strive and work diligently, I think, everything's coming up roses.
And it's totally worth it.
Yeah. It is totally worth it. But new program designs and going through the process of that and, that can be challenging, new clinical programs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other challenges being a behavior analyst?
Something I learned from you early on, which I think is really important, not taking home the emotions of the day.
Yeah.
Learning to rationally detach and go about your life after work. That was really hard for me at the start. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super important. Because as behavior analysts, you want to care and you should be connected to your clients and you should engage and you should be very passionate about what you're doing because that brings about the best outcomes. However, that's a heavy burden.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you have to put work aside or it will eat you up.
And
there will be nothing left. Yeah. You can think about clients all day long. The work will always be there.
Absolutely.
You have to discipline your mind to be like, I'm going to go through rational detachment and now I'm going to be with my family. Or
Yeah. I think being able to redirect back to yourself at the end of the day is so important because you have to be well to help others.
So true.
And it does come to a point if you're allowing these stresses to creep into your mind outside of work hours that that's all you'll do.
You get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because we're in the problem-solving business a lot of times, so it's like we're dealing with a lot of problems. We ask people, what are your greatest challenges? Let me work with you and take those on. And you do take them on. Yeah. And you have to be strong.
Yeah, you really do. And I think it's also just really important to take care of yourself in that way. To make sure that when the day is over, I'm finding a way to put that aside so that I can focus on myself for the night and then come back refreshed to this problem the next day.
Absolutely. Self-care. And that's our next topic.
It is.
So It's been great talking to you on the challenges of being a board-certified behavior analyst. Thank you on behalf of all the people you've helped for the wonderful work
And
that
you.
do. At the end of the day, it is worth it, I think.
I think so too.
So thank you for watching Acorns to Oaks. And subscribe, comment, like, don't like.
Interact with us. Yeah, we're open.
We are.